What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a keto taco bake. This is a perfect low carb dinner. If you're new here and if you like low carb or keto recipes, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can be updated every time we drop another video. And let's go ahead and just jump right into the video. Alright guys, so here you go on the screen. I have the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe. So go ahead and take a screenshot if you want. We're going to go ahead and start off by putting a tablespoon of oil into the skillet so that we can saute our onions and our garlic. Alright, and here I have half an onion that I'm adding to the skillet. And we're just going to kind of let them cook to saute a little bit. Alright, we are now going to add in our garlic, and we're just going to let the garlic cook about 2 to 3 minutes until it's fragrant. Okay, and here I have 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm using 2 pounds because I am doing this in a 13x9 pan. You can just make half of the recipe if you like. You can do half the recipe and put it in an 8x8 pan if you want, but for today we are going to be doing this in a 13x9, so we are using 2 pounds of hamburger meat. Alright guys, so it looks like the hamburger meat is about done. It's cooked through, so next thing we're going to do is we are going to drain the meat. So let's grab our strainer and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take this over to the sink real quick. I'm going to pour my meat into the strainer, let any fat that's in there drain out. This isn't something you have to do, but this is something I normally do. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in this bowl. And then I'm just going to add a few things to the bowl before we lay it in our pan. Alright, so we've drained the ground beef. We are ready to add it back to the skillet so that we can add our taco seasoning. We're just going to add our meat back into the skillet. We're just going to let it cook a little bit longer, and we're going to flavor it with our low carb taco seasoning. And today I am using this homemade taco seasoning that I make. That way you don't have to use those packets with all that sugar in it. If you are okay with using the taco packets, that's fine. But I just make my own and keep it on hand for any time I need it. And we are going to go ahead and add in 1 packet is normally 2 tablespoons. So for this recipe, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of the low carb taco seasoning. And then you're going to, of course, want to put your water in there so that the seasoning mixes well with the meat. And then we'll just stir it up some, make sure it gets mixed all over. And then it should be good to go. Alright, so it looks like it's pretty much done, guys. So now all we need to do is add it into our bowl. Just going to take about a half a cup of cheese here, and we're going to spread it in with the meat. You don't have to do this, but I do like to have just a little bit cheese in the middle. And we have a 10-ounce can of Rotel. We're going to drain that and add it into the meat mixture. And we're going to just mix it well with the meat. Give it some extra flavor. So now we grab our 13x9 pan and we're just going to lay our meat mixture inside. Okay, now we're gonna crack our eggs that we need for this recipe. For this recipe, we're gonna use 8 eggs. And don't worry guys, if you're thinking that it's gross, you're gonna taste eggs with your taco meal, you're totally not even gonna taste the egg in the slightest bit. I thought the same thing at first, and you don't. As a matter of fact, the very first time I made this recipe, I made it with no egg because I was afraid of that, and it held up fine. It was not, it didn't hold up perfectly. It so you could leave the eggs out if you really, really wanted to. But the eggs really help it keep your piece together really well. But when I tried it with an egg, I thought, oh, it doesn't even taste like egg at all. So if you are worried about that, don't worry about that. It does not, you're not going to taste the egg at all, trust me. We're going to pour in about half a cup of heavy cream into our eggs. Okay, and I actually didn't show this step in the video, but this is where you would also add in your additional seasonings. What I did was I added in garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Alright, and we're just gonna pour this egg mixture over the top of the meat. And you really don't have to mix it in or anything. It is gonna sink down to the bottom of the pan, and those eggs are gonna cook while they're in the oven, and that is what's going to hold together your taco bake. So just gonna kind of spread this around to make sure that the egg does cover all the meat and that it's even. Then we are gonna go ahead and the last step is going to be just to add some cheese to the top, and then we'll be ready to put it in the oven. And you can use more cheese if you like, you can use less cheese if you like. It's all for your preference. Okay, and that is pretty much it, guys. Now it's time to pop it in the oven. We're going to put it in at 350 for 30 minutes. All right, and it is done. We're going to let it sit, and then we're going to cut a piece out, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, let's give it a slice. Okay, so here you see how it comes out. Okay, and then you are just going to top it with your favorite toppings.